line in.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I hope you are fine. I'm also fine. I'm also very fine. All right, we have two people on YouTube, so we can continue. So yesterday I was unable to join, but we are here and we must continue. So we begin with GBPUSD as usual. So in my analysis this morning, because I've realized that I need to be doing my analysis before the session begins. I cannot be making decisions when the market is in process. So right now, what I am waiting for, because GBPUSD has shown us strength. So what I am waiting for right now is for GBPUSD to close below. Give us an entry to this sweet spot level where we shall take on a buy. This is based on yesterday's price action from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So this week has just been a consolidation week. Okay, it's a consolidation week, and when we are consolidating too much, we don't like to be in the markets because we want some action. So another thing I have realized is that when we are in consolidation, or when the market is consolidating, even for some few days, that is when you should even be stricter with the rules. Okay, so during these periods, when the market is in consolidation, I had let go of one of my major rules, which is after that minute, if that trade is not in profits, then I am not in that trade. But you see, during consolidation phases, what happens is simple. Your normal trade, which takes only 30 minutes to manifest, now starts taking even 1 hour or even 2 hours. So what do you do during those periods? Do you adjust your rules, or do you just continue to follow your rules? Because if you stop following your rules at any point, then that is where you start burning yourself slowly by slowly. Okay, and that is what this market is teaching me right now. That even during consolidation phases, my rules of engagement should never ever change at any point. Because if you wait for too long without cutting a bad trade, then that trade will become a worse trade, or even giving it chances. Okay, so I'm putting this out there to anyone who is afraid of cutting their losses short. Right? So that is part of the reason why I was not I never live streamed yesterday, because to me the market was moving erratically. And I could not be involved in such price action. So today, thank God, today it has broken above these very serious highs. No, yesterday it broke above. So I was waiting for it to break below. Where? Here. Or even here. But then it has continued to climb higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. But I'm not sure whether this is a false climb or it's a true climb. So that is why I'm even stricter with my rules right now. So what I am doing is that I have to get that confirmation. It has to be there And even if I get into that trade and then I give it that minutes and it is not responding, I have to, well, you know, I like talking about losses because profits are easy. It is very easy to be in a profitable trade. You ride it. You can even take 20 pips or even 30 pips. If you take between 20 to 30 pips on GBPUSD, you are very okay. Those are what are called the bread and the butter. But some occasionally you'll get 50 pips, and then you'll also get 100 pips. But losses cannot take care of themselves. You have to take care of the losses and plan around those losses. So that is what we are doing right now. So during market consolidation phases, the only thing I need to be doing is to be even. We are caught in a bad trade for a long time. At least on Monday we had a good trade. So when I'm talking about a break and a retest, it has to be a serious break and a serious retest, like this one here now. A serious break with manners, then a serious retest with good manners, so that now we can get in at this. The only problem with this trade is that it came during, this was not during the, this was not during the kill zone hours. Imagine, this was not during the kill zone hours on Monday. So even this trade itself, I never took it. Why would I take a trade which is not, well, if it is not during the kill zone hours, I will not take that trade also. That is why I'm telling you, right now, you have to be strict and even stricter with the rules. Because we are operating in a very serious, it's not very serious. It is just a market which is not very volatile right now. I don't know why. Price is having a very, imagine, look at this. Look at this. We don't even know where we are going. So, because we have broken this level above here, now the only thing I can wish for, or I will wish for, is if price is going to continue buying, that it should give us a good entry. So that good entry is what we are going to be waiting for. And remember, in good markets, we take very good trades, easy trades, and they are easy to spot, and we take them very quickly, and they respond very quickly. So when you see a trade which is not responding, or when you're in sessions or days where the market does not seem to be responding to the strategy, now you readjust your expectations. Okay, you know you are trending in dangerous grounds and you have to go slow, lest you dip your eggs in one basket. Okay, so my anticipation this morning is that I will wish for GBPUSD to close lower and take out the Asian low, then retest a bit, then come and give us an entry at this level at 5,200. At the end of the day, the only way you can know you're winning is if your drawdown is, you are able to manage your drawdown professionally and strategically. such that when you are losing very small, but when you are winning, you're winning like no man's business. That is surviving. Because on Friday, I wanted it to go lower. On Monday, I never took this trade. Or I took it. In fact, I took this trade. I took this Monday trade. A sell. What I had not anticipated is that this it will start selling in around 3 hours. So for 3 hours we are consolidating. On Tuesday, did I take any trade? Let me check. Tuesday, date 24. Oh yeah, so Tuesday I took a sell trade. I was selling. But I used very good risk management. So Tuesday I was also selling GBPUSD. Around what time? Around 3:38. So on Tuesday, now what happened on Tuesday is that I thought, as you can see, this week price has just been coming to the sweet spot levels after the kill zone hours. So or before, after or before the kill zone hours. So between that time is called lunch time. That is called lunch time. We call it lunch time. Okay? So Tuesday, I took another trade. Although we wouldn't say it was an A setup, but I would say I was trying to follow the trend. So maybe what I would have done better, I got in at around 15:38. 15:38. Okay. So I thought that because price had broken this level here, see, this is a very serious level. This is just a significant level. I thought because it has broken that level that we will continue down, but we did not. So maybe what I would have done, I would have been more strict. I would have waited for it here. Because if it would have broken this level, it would have shown me that it is serious in whatever it is doing. Okay? That is why I'm telling you it is more important to take care of the risk than even to take care of the profit. Okay? You have to be very, when you identify a trade, you have to conduct your feasibility studies very fast so that you can save time and don't waste your money. Huh? Remember, a good trade will not waste your time, but a bad one, it can even waste a whole day. Then finally you are caught up by a sell. And to get this kind of, and before I came up with the 30-minute rule, it is something I have observed for a long time. A long time, that a good trade will not waste your time. Once you get in, it will start, you'll just start seeing blues. But a bad one, oh my god. So for this Tuesday trade, what I would have done, well, I still managed to get out with a small loss because I did not wait for all this. So for this trade, maybe what I would have maybe done, because my bias was a sell. It is a bias. It's no problem with me having a bias. The only problem is when I don't accept that my bias is invalidated. So I would have waited for it there. If it would have broken that level, it would have been much significant than this level here. Okay? So there was no problem with me getting out of this trade. Wait a minute, how much did I lose on this trade? So today we are just doing a review of my trades for this week, because I've realized if I don't do a serious review of my trades, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. So on 23rd, I took a sell, a sell position, a 0.1 sell position on GBPUSD. A sell position at 11.17. So I took a sell position on GBPUSD at 11.17. Because by the way, if the only way we can move on, we can move forward, is if we have accurate data of what we are trying to do. Alright, so I was bold enough to take an early entry around this level here. So 35.18, that is but 35.05. Okay. So I took a trade there. Okay, no problem, because an entry is just an entry. Now that's an aggressive entry I took there. So I took a trade around this level. My stop loss was 35.16. All right. So for this Monday trade, the only problem was one. My stop loss. My stop loss was there because I'm used to 10 pips. But if I would have placed it there, even 20 pips. But this goes to my point, my whole point, that a good trade will not waste your time. Okay? Because first, this trade came after the session. So if it comes after the session, it means first, that's a red flag of a trade. Number two, in the long run, this trade gave me profits, started giving me profits almost 3 hours later. So from 12:15 to 14:15. So in all honesty, that is why my stop loss was hit and I never got back in again. But it ended up going my way. So is that an issue of the stop loss, or is that an issue of, I don't know. But my belief remains that a good trade will not have wasted my time. Okay? So that was Tuesday's trade. So Wednesday, yesterday, I never took any trades because I had to give that market time to breathe, so that we know where we are going. And overall, my bias has been a sell. So that is why I've been getting caught up in these scenarios. So many scenarios. Okay? So right now, being a Thursday, my decision is to, because I had begun the month on a very high note. And although I'm not in a very big drawdown, only 3%, but I wanted to close in a lot of profits this month. So I am more stricter with the risk management now, and the break and the retest. So on our GBPUSD trade right now, we have to see a very clean break and retest before the session ends. If there is no break and there is no retest, then we are not going in at all. Okay? The only good thing about my trading is my risk management. That is what has made me so happy. It has made me so happy. So happy. So very happy. So that is it for GBPUSD. My other rule, which I implemented, is to focus on GBPUSD only. So we might analyze gold, because I had given out the gold trade yesterday, and then it went in our favor. So well, I regret because I'm not trading gold right now, but what can we do? What can we do? We can do nothing. When the rules are put in place, we have to follow them. Okay? But all these pairs are moving quite erratically, and I don't like this. Don't like this price action. So US30 is another culprit. So yesterday, yesterday now is the first day I implemented that rule. So yesterday on US30, I was also on a US30 trade, but this time I got out with a profit. Imagine, I got out with a profit yesterday, even though it is a small profit, a very small profit. So today we are just talking about the trades I've been taking. So yesterday, when I analyzed the markets, all my anticipation was that US30 So when I analyze the market in the morning, how many people in this live session right now? Right, we are 4. Alright, so when I analyzed US30 in the morning, because I was also checking it out, first I discovered that it had, let's go to 1 hour. No, let's go to 4 hours time frame. So US30, I had been waiting for US30 to close below these levels here. I was waiting for it to close below these levels. Okay? But on the day it was closing below, I was not around. So what did I tell myself? That I am waiting for a second distribution around this level here. Okay, so this was around level. Because if price breaks such a level, this is a very significant level. Okay. So ideally, we would want price to come here, give us an entry, we go short, and that was my initial plan with US30. But come that day, on getting to that day, it was already late. It was around 8:15 or 7 that, so I could not take a sell at that point because we are almost ending our session hours. So I decided to wait until the next day because I knew we will still get a chance to get in. So the next day, price got around there during the London session. So I decided to do further analysis on this pair. So I stretched my Fibonacci, and behold, my Fibonacci told me that instead of getting in for a sell during the London session, that I should just wait during the New York session. maybe that sell which I am waiting for is going to come during the New York session. Okay, are you following me? So I did not get in on Tuesday, I did not get in on Wednesday during the London session, because the fib, once I stretched it, it gave me a good entry around level 49,374, which is a sweet spot level. Okay, but remember, we have said one thing: we are now being more stricter. We just don't get in to get in. So yesterday, I was in this trade. So yesterday I was in this trade, because remember, my bias is still a sell. I am on a sell, but I am not being foolish right now. Now we have to refuse with our money. So I waited for a clear break, not just a weak tap, not just the weak tapping our level, but a clear break using a marubozu candle. And then we got a retest here. So when was I in this trade? So around 5, around 6. So I got in at around this level. Very clean, very precise. So up to that level. And then price began acting funny, because if it has wasted our time since the market opened, and yet when it is giving us profit, it is not giving us profit very fast. Why? So I got something just told me to take my profits. After all, it was 30 minutes into the market, so something got in me and I just got out with those small profits which I had. So that day, that rule saved me very well, because if I would have waited for another hour from 6, that would have been a loss. Imagine, for nothing. Okay, so now today, maybe what I need to do is readjust my bias. So that is why we have readjusted our bias on GBPUSD. Another thing I've realized is that I should be doing my analysis before I even step into this market. Before, I should be the first one to be in the markets. I plan my days, I plan how I'm going to behave, I plan my lot size, I plan all those things, because I cannot be planning those things when I'm talking to you. No. All my trading decisions have already been made, so there's nothing we can do about those decisions apart from the market reacting how we want. So I'm avoiding very much to do analysis in the markets in the live markets when when we are in the markets with you. So this the whole of this week I'm just doing my analysis. This and this and this is what I want to see. Once it gets here, this is what I'll do. If it does not get here, this is what I'll do. So that I can also be able to talk to you freely, not when I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. Trading can teach you a lot of lessons. There is always a lesson to learn. So, unless GBPUSD closes below with a full body and then we retest very well, clearly, that is the only time we shall go in. Or magically, price will get to a sweet spot level, then we are going to buy. It will give us all these candles. It will give us a bullish engulfing candle in the 15 minutes time frame, or even in the 30 minutes time frame. Then we are going to buy. I've selected this level 35,200 because it is an institutional level. It is an institutional price level. We have various institutional price levels. We have level 200. We have level 500. We have level 800. And we have level 000. So when you take out your fib and then you draw that high and that low, you'll get a sweet spot level. I have taken this low here because it is the low of New York. It's the low of New York. And it is also yesterday's open price. So if price is able to get here, however it will get, even if it is going to be flying, even if it is going to create a gap, then it gets to this sweet spot level. Then at this sweet spot level, we get a bullish engulfing candle during the New York session or during the London session. That is the kill zone hours. Then we are comfortable. We will go in very fast, very fast. But if you don't get those things, and then we try other things, then we lose very fast. So it is currently breaking below that level. So our work is just wait. And also remember, because I always tell you to remember very many things, this is our current high of the month, high of the week. So this high here, this Asian high, this is our high of the week. But we are on, it is good we have discovered that in such periods, even if they last for a week, for months, for years, that our work is to adapt immediately. And when you look at it from a monthly angle, is that when we get our targets, we don't need to be in the markets again. Because if you make 50% of your account, why would you need to be in the market for that month? But what if you made that 50% in the first 2 weeks? That is what is called the unethical dilemma. Okay, so your target was between 30 to 50%. You made that profit within the first 2 weeks of the month. So what happens now? Do you go back into the markets and continue trading? Do you reduce your lot size? What do you do? Because it is one thing to make money, but managing that money you have made is another skill altogether. It's another skill. So we have said that GBPUSD has to close, and we have to see a serious close below this level. Then we have to also see a serious retest, maybe the next 15-minute candles. So 11:30, the 11 candle, and then the 11:30 15-minute candle. Then it is going to retest. Then the 12th candle is going to give us the sell we want. So we have to be patient and see whether price is going to do exactly that in the next maybe 1 hour. Because unfortunately, if you take a trade without confirming a proper break or a proper entry, you cannot blame anyone. Alright. So yesterday I also took time to watch some podcasts, some very good podcasts about serious traders who have been able to grow their accounts just with focus. So I'm going to send those links which I've been listening to, of a guy who turned this guy turned $2,000 into $6.5 million in a span of 5 years. Is it 5 or 4 years? Let me look for it here. I send you. So there's this guy who turned 3K into 1 million. The other one, and all these guys, by the way, are verified. They are verified guys who are making serious money. My God. So when you go to this podcast, let me send those. So if you're not in the Telegram, alright, there's that one. So if you're in my Telegram, I've sent those good podcasts you should watch. Where's the other guy? Because sometimes you wonder, is it possible? But when you see another person doing it, then you have to do it. So there's that one. So GBPUSD has not yet broken that level. It is not breaking with a clean candle the way I want it to clean. Who is that other guy? There's also this guy who turned oh God. Someone turned $280 into $500,000 in less than 1 year. So if you have time, you can go through those very good podcasts I've sent you. So you'll just look for my Telegram link, and then you are going to join. So GBPUSD has totally refused. Now this is a good thing about getting those confirmations. If you get confirmations, the best. So if I would have taken a sell right now, that would have been a very bad gamble. Yes, because the market has not yet confirmed the entry. So what will I be doing? So even if you have set an alert, by the way, even if you have set an alert, you'll have to be there to verify again that this is a trade I can get in right now. And by the way, one thing I'm also learning, it is better not to take a bad trade which you feel that you should not be taking, rather than try to force it and then lose. Even if you lose some small amount of money, it will still be painful, because the trade which I have planned for example, if price is able to get to a sweet spot level, and then I take that trade, okay, so I take that trade like that. So how will I take that trade? This is the way I'll take that trade, because this is something we are planning, me and you right now. We are planning about the trade I am going to take. So if price comes to that level, I risk 16 pips, and then I target that only. So if price comes to that level and then invalidates my stop loss, I will not feel bad, because that's a planned trade. That's a planned chart. But if If price comes to this level, it does not give us a confirmation candle. That is a bullish engulfing. Number 2, it is not during the kill zone hours. Okay. Number 3. So if there are not those confirmations, I may get in, but I will get in at zero confidence, maybe at 50% confidence. Okay. So it's all a game of chance. It's all a game of chance and intelligence. You know where to put your money, you know where not to put your money. By the way, do we have news today? Do we have news today? Ah, very nice. We have unemployment claims. We have unemployment claims. So I'm not sure that it's going to retest, but we just watch. So GBPUSD has broken below our intended level. So the other question is it going to come and retest? Is it going to give us an entry? So for us, we are just watching. We are just watchers. So the original idea is for price to get to the sweet spot level, retest that level, then give us an entry to the moon. So I am in. Am I in? Yes, I am in, but I am in with a small lot size. So the goal is 35,200. But still, I would wish for it to come and retest this level again. So that we can add more lot size. I've used a small lot size because the trade has not yet satisfied my so it is continuing to sell even further. That is why I decided to use. That is why I decided to use that small lot size for the fear of missing out. So the TP is so we are 1 hour inside the London session. Only 1 hour inside the London session. So we are in the next 15 minutes candle. Let us wait and see what is going to. All in all, this is not a very good trade to take. Okay? Unless of course it has retested. So it seems that the 5 minutes candle is the 15-minute candle is going to retest, or is it not? It's going to retest our level, or maybe an entry, or not. I don't know. So the question is it going to retest, or is it going to hit 35.20 without a retest? So even these small trades, do you have still someone? Do you have anyone on the chat also? Still on the chat? Very nice. So if you are still on the chat, I am on a spawn position for GBPUSD for a sell. I'm targeting around 20 pips for this small trade. My wish is to see GBPUSD get to level 35,200, and then we can look for a buy maybe. However, I've gotten in with a small lot size, because to me this is not a very good setup. I told you it's not a good setup. That is why I've used a very small lot size. So we have gotten in at 11:07. So by 11:30, if it has not moved, then we are also out, because we need to apply this rule to the big trades or to the normal trades and to even to the small trades, very small trades. Alright, so GBPUSD is moving swiftly through. At least right now, it's giving us profits, even if they are small profits. Let us see how much it is going to move. But it has refused to retest. So maybe, very nice, very, very, very nice. So A setups will be very, very few. And it is not all the time you should expect an A setup. So we are moving swiftly to take profit. And our possible buy zone. So the target profit would ideally be 35.20. So only 5 more pips. So I got in at this level after I noticed that price is not retracing or even pulling back. So at least I'm going to go home with at least 15 pips for that move. But it would have been a bit nice. So we are about 9 pips in, or 11, 9, around 10 pips in. Hey, I'm taking my goodies. So around 10 pips, around 8 pips. It's okay, that's okay. So the original plan was to have price go and retest that level. So I'm not sure if it's going to retest that level. But since we are already 1.5 hours in, I'm not even trying to go and get in. So it has also so in fact the best thing I can do right now is even wait for it. I have taken a lot sell, but that is not my intended position to be in. I would wish to be in a buy position which aligns with this week's trend. But being the market is quite a joke this week, that is why I'm very serious about my entries, my exits, and the kinds of trades I'm taking. So that was a small trade, a small GBPUSD trade I've taken. I've gotten it out with an 8 pips profits, but I'm anticipating that price will get to 35.20, then we shall get in with a buy. At least that one now I can have some confidence holding it. As I said, most of my trades will be small winners and small losses. What I don't ever want in my whole career is a very big loss. That is why always I have to be conscious about the risk I'm taking. So this trade which is happening right now, I'm out. I got out at 8 pips. Not a lot of money, it's a small trade, but we are still waiting for price to get to our level 35.20 to take a buy, because that is the only way we are going to be in the markets. So gold, let me check gold. So gold, I gave this signal on 24th, although myself I never took it, just because I believe there are other better pairs to trade than gold. So maybe if gold can get this level, we can buy it. So I've taken yesterday's 24th low and 25th high. So in between that, we have a good level where we can get in for a buy. I want us to check pound futures. Pound futures symbol 6B. Trading view 6B. So I want us to check pound futures. So 6B1. Very, very, very nice. So is this the original move, or what exactly is? So pound futures are also showing a sell. What about the sell? What about forex sentiment? So price is going to a take profit. Is that right? So the pound futures are showing a sell. So the symbol for pound futures is 6BII. The pound futures are showing a sell. So that is why I'm very skeptical about this funny buy. Imagine. So if today is a serious continuous buy, then traders, for sure, we are going to have a retest. We have a retest. If we don't have a retest, then it means that trade from the get-go was a sketchy trade, was a sketchy funny trade, was a sketchy fun trade. Imagine you can be near the screen and not even get a chance to get in. Imagine just getting in the small lot size, because my plan, I've gotten in the small lot size because my plan was for price to get to that place like that, and then we do this simple and clear. But did price do that? Price never did that. Did price respect that? Price never respected that. Can we blame price? No, we cannot blame price. Can we be disappointed? No, because price will do what price will do. Whether we have our plans, that is why we have to be strict with what we can control. If it would have retested, it would have been an A setup trade. But because it has never retested, it has become a B minus set of trade. Now imagine risking your good money on a B minus setup trade, the same amount you'll risk with an A setup. You see, all the problems we get in this field, we are the ones who, it is our own fault. It is our own fault. Similarly, if this trade got here and I did not get in with the proper lot size, maybe risking 2% or even 1.5%, then I'm still playing with the potential of the account. So yes, I've gotten out with a small profit, but I'm still waiting for maybe a retest, or maybe for price to get to 35.20. So price has gotten into a level 35.20. And what is the time? Time is 10:30. Can you see already a trade forming? Guys, can you see a trade forming? Now, if price is able to break above, because the only thing I need in my life is just price just breaking above. Why can't it just break above like a good boy, and then it give us a good entry, like a good pair hold? Why? Yeah, we need to ask ourselves why, so that now we can continue with this. So this is what I had planned for now, for this trade now, for this market. But we can see the market has tapped our take profit around 14 pips. So this is the way this trade is going to look. Let me reduce my... So now that trade will look like that, but the stop loss will be a bit tighter. Will be a bit tight. There we go. There we go. So this is what we want to see happening. Now it is time. The time is now. The time is now. The time is not tomorrow, it is now. You wait, Guyenne. So what we are waiting for right now is just a simple break and retest. Now, in the first instance, in the first trade, we just had this, we never had a retest. So because of that, I got in with a very small lot size for the fear of missing out. So it has given me around 8 pips. But now I am anticipating for this trade for price to break above, then do a small retest, then we buy. It is too much to wait, but it is better to wait. And when you are skeptical, when you feel you are skeptical, don't try to go in. Don't try. Because in the end, it is only you who will be beaten by the market. So we have seen GBPUSD go from 35.48 to 35, around 35.20. And similarly, if price breaks below our sweet spot level, then our trade is also invalidated. So that day we will have gone out with a small profit. It is okay. It is okay. After all, we showed up with discipline. That is what matters. So something of the sort is what I am waiting for. So my first sell position, it is already liquidated. Now I am waiting for a buy. And if this sweet spot level is invalidated also, then goodbye. So I was in a sell, now I'm waiting for a buy. But if this sweet spot level is invalidated, goodbye. Goodbye. Let us wait for a bit until the markets. Let us wait and see whether it is going to break above. But if it goes, as I said, sometimes your setup is going to form after the market hours. So that is what is worrying me these days, that your setup can form after the market hours. So before London, no, after London and before New York. So if you see a trade which is going to form after the kill zone hours, that's not a very serious trade. So let us see whether it is going to break above and potentially give us what we want. Dun, 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 dun. And So, dear traders, the two of you who are listening to me, I am out of the markets, but if price is able to close above this 5 minutes fair value gap, then no, I will get in after it has done that.